Our sign-in form is almost complete, and there is one more thing that I want to do before we move on. And that is that I want to be able to disable the entire form while a sign-in request is in progress. And the main reason I want to do this is that I don't want to have more than one request going off to Firebase before the last one has completed. In other words, I need a way to disable my form when the user taps on the sign-in button and then to restore the form once we get a response from Firebase. And while this might seem like a bonus feature, I feel that it is important to have it, especially if users are using your app while they have a slow network connection. So at the moment, I'm at home and I have a fast Wi-Fi, and this means that when I submit my form, the response comes back almost immediately. However, I want to show you what would happen if I was running on a slow network. And one way to simulate this is to introduce an artificial delay in our sign-in request. So to do this, I'm going to type in some code, and just to be clear, this is just temporary code and eventually we will remove it. So here, just before our authentication calls, I'm going to type in await future.delayed. This takes a duration object. So here I can type in duration, and here I can specify a number of different values. For example, days, hours, minutes, seconds. So here I'm going to type in seconds, and I'm going to say 3 seconds, like this. So what this code does is to wait for 3 seconds before moving on to the next line and making a request to Firebase. Okay, so we're going to test this in a second, and before I do that, I want to also add a print statement at the beginning of the submit method. So here I can type in print, and then inside I'm going to say submit called, like this. And now I can hot reload, and I can show you what happens when I try to submit the form. So here I'm going to enter an invalid email and password, and then I'm going to press the sign in button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So you can see that the calls have been added, and eventually I got 3 responses from Firebase, all telling me that the email address is badly formatted. Now, this is not a behavior that my sign-in form should have, because at the moment there is no indication for the user that the form has been submitted and we are awaiting for a response. And in addition to that, nothing stops us from submitting the form many times or even change the email and password while a request is in progress. So we are going to take care of this in the next video.